Hello YouTube, welcome back to Radiant Dawn. Anyways, the only item management I did, like, literally, the only item management I did was give Har all the axes I own. Anyways. Queen Alicia, visitor to see you, your majesty. At this hour? Who could it be? Good evening, Queen Alicia. Khalil, what brings you here? Well, you see, Lady Lucia asked me to give you a hand if you ever found yourself between a rock and a hard place, your majesty. She instructed me to the workers here at Fort Alpia to notify me if they thought that you needed any kind of help. Lucia did? Lady Lucia has been taken, your majesty, but I think she'll be fine. Actually, I know she will. She had the brains to set this up in advance, so I know she has a good head on her shoulders. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Khalil. Save the dates for after the Duke of Felleray is taken care of. We can hold the party at my place. Sure. So she just recruited. These soldiers are extremely focused. Given the hectic circumstances, they are very well trained. Lady Lucia handpicked each one of them. Lucia and Nat. An official with a curly blonde beard. What was his name? You mean Count Bastion? Yeah, that's the one, Bastion. Count of Foray. He's usually considered the premier political mastermind of Crimea. But Lady Lucia has proven to be no slouch herself. Yes, I really don't deserve them. Come on, don't you sell yourself short. What do you mean? Loyalty isn't just a personal trait. Most of it hinges on who's calling the shots. What kind of commander you're under? My first commander was only concerned with lining his own pockets. And next was the Mad King himself. Man, I don't ever want to go back to regular military duty. If Shehram hadn't asked me, I wouldn't have stayed so long. But he showed me what a leader could be. Someone who makes following seem like the most natural thing in the world. What about Magnan's leaders in the Apostle Sanaki? The Falcon Knights report to the Apostle, the Draco Knights to the Senate. Of the two, the Falcon Knights seem happier. I never actually met the Apostle personally. She sounds like a nice girl, but who knows? I see. But I'm just running on the mouth. I actually came to give you this. A physics staff? I want you to fight for all your loyal supporters. Losing your leader is tough, you know? Sir Har, thank you so much. The Wyvern Knights and Tintelius games are so good. Sir Har is one of the best cameos in the entire franchise. Jill goes from downright hateable to downright fantastic as a character and a unit. And Har's just such a good... I like him as well. All three Wyverns are fantastic. The battle will begin soon. I want both of you to promise me that you will fall back if in danger. Understood? Fall back, your majesty? Ha! No one can hold a candle to the speed at which the Raven tribe retreats. That's a relief. Reporting, sir! Fort Alpia's gate is sealed, and they're readying their defenses. I see. Lady Lucia must have arranged some way to warn the Queen. But alas, even if they were to have all the energy and luck in the world, the Royal Knights won't arrive for 2 days. Who cares? I don't need them. I have Har. Har is how you two-turn this chapter, essentially. And in any case, there's no way we can lose, considering that we have a card which is yet to be put into the game. Your Majesty, dire news! The rear gate is open, and the rebel army is storming in! What? How could this happen? I think you'll understand once you question this man. You got to Inner Garden, correct? You scum! You helped the rebel army, didn't you? Yes. Yes, I did. I did it because it was the best thing for the future of this country. Those damn murderers killed my entire family. Now the Queen bows down and wags her tail at them. It's a disgrace. Silence! You're the traitor here. Prepare to die. Wait. Killing this man will do nothing to help our situation. We have to halt Ludwig and his men. They're already inside. I'm going get there too. Mordecai will fight for you, Queen Alencia. You can count on me, Your Majesty. You can count on me, Your Majesty. Queen Alencia, Crimea needs you more than anything, and I reckon you can use my help. My homeland being ruled by a snobby stiff like Ludwig? Please, I don't think so. Your Majesty, we would give our lives for the Queen. Our Queen. Allow us to fight. Thank you, everyone. I am indeed the Queen of Crimea, and the Queen does not hide. Our enemies are fellow citizens of Crimea, but we can no longer sit idle as they destroy the harmony of our nation. Could our situation be any better? Just look at these fragile defenses. As fragile as the Queen's reign. Ooh. The Queen's taken command. I expected her to abandon her people, turn tail, and run for the hills. How precisely naive. We shall have to teach her that being overly optimistic can be fatal. Honestly, I'm kind of curious what would actually happen to Tellius if Alencia lost. I can guarantee you, it would not be pretty. So, I'm not gonna even tell you how to make it, how to cheapen this chapter. I'm just gonna do it on my second play. Because I'm gonna do, after the first one, I'm just gonna go boink, then reset, but... Let's just do this. So, defend maps. Oh, one of my favorite map themes in the franchise as well. So, it's important to remember, wyverns are only weak to thunder, not arrows. So, Har is very useful. Like, look! He already almost has strength, skill, speed, and defense capped. Permanently capped. This man is such an MLG. For now, I'm like that. We'll try to want to put nothing there. I love defend maps. Which, if you've already ever watched me play Path of Radiance, you're gonna be like, wait, you actually like defend maps? I'm gonna put my water. Yeah, I just hate the defend maps of Path of Radiance. Path of Radiance has some of the worst defend maps in the entire franchise. I hate them in Path of Radiance. They are not fun. And they're some of the worst maps in Path of Radiance. The two of them in Thracia, I love. For the most part, I also really enjoy them in Binding Blade. Not Binding Blade. Binding Blade I don't think does have it. Has a... I meant Blazing Blade. For the most part, I like them in Blazing Blade. There's only like one Sacred Stones, and it's a defend or kill the boss. Which, by the way, lame. Just lame is all I have to say in response to that. Yeah, see, he kills before. Defend, I feel like this is the last game that does... I feel like, unfortunately, only 3 games really do defend maps justice, and that's their original game, this one, and FE7, actually. I do think that they are well done. As the game tells you, do focus on an offense and not on trying to attack, unless you're using Har to attack. Har is like your only major attacking force. Now, this is a defender kill boss, but it's one that's designed well. You can't... But here's the thing, the one in Sacred Stones, you cheese it because it's a horrible map. It's a fog of war piece of trash that you warp skin. Battle for Dawn in FE7 is obviously not the best map in the history of Fire Emblem, but I think it is leagues better than the ones of Path of Radiance. Frankly. But this game, this is one of the best maps. This map just, there's so many different ways to approach it. And that is why it is so good. Kill the Thunder Mage. The hand axe though, so that the bows can be killed. This is one of the longer defense maps in the franchise, just because it has a high turn. Most of them are pretty brief. We'll actually have to do that, or we'll have to move right back next turn. This is one of those maps so that like enemy phase is like long. And this is a long enemy phase. There's a 90% chance I'm still going to use my cheese save, but there is a chance I might actually use this one. I don't know, I just know I'm going to play both. I just love the map theme, though. This is one of the... I normally love the idea of enemy phase map themes, but this is one of those games I'm so glad does not have an enemy phase map theme at all. You can tell Brahm's about to need help. So that is how you do this chapter, though, efficiently. You have Har go around and deal with stuff with these little weak. And then once something happens, I'm gonna start a push. The second I'm about to create a choke point with Har. That's what I'm gonna do during player phase. Hey kid, your dad worked real hard. Hard for everyone to the very end. Crap! Now I have to actually decide which version of this map I'm gonna use. I like really have to decide if I'm gonna be using the cheesed one or the one we just, you know, had a death in. You may think things have just gone bad. No, I'll tell you how they're fine. It's called awe. Called hard. Because we had a death, I'm probably gonna actually use this version, not the cheese one. Just because we had a death. If we did have a death, I would have used the cheese most likely, but I'll feel really bad if we have a death and I'm just like, I'm gonna use the cheese save. I'll just save state before I do the cheese one, then. Save state, reset, do the cheese. Then just load back to save state. Because I'm not going to save... Unless... Because there's going to be story stuff, so... Yeah. See? I'm fine, though. I may have lost a little bit of a defensive line, but in the end, it doesn't matter. And I'm about to push it a whole lot further. This is the most formed and offensive chokehold has been, because they can't get past Har, and now he's even oh, there's still him. I almost forgot about it. We're on turn 7. Very soon I will start an offensive push. I kind of want some of these items that are draws as well. Like, I wish I could give Nullify him. Can Valencia access the convoy? Okay, there we go. Your Majesty! We'll countercharge our flank. The Royal Knights will succeed again. The Indomitable Knights of Crimea. This is the hour you have trained for. Hold the line and run them down. Joffrey! Joffrey, oh Joffrey! Find Ludovic, Duke of Felleray. Seize him immediately. He must not escape. What a bother. They ride far faster than I expected. But I will prevail. I won't lose to that worthless queen. So typically, I beat them out before they even come. So, W access convoy. Well. There. And now, this is where I enter the offense. Tired of defense. Man, Shoff, you got yoink. Man, I've literally not had to use this slower area since the first time I ever played this game. What is the losing condition of this chapter? Ah, Leanne can die. There. Joffrey, no. Yep. Now I am officially doing the offensive. I'm doing an offensive push. Because I no longer have anything to wait for. So I was just waiting for reinforcements. And now it's essentially just a rush to kill Luffy. Ouch! I was gonna say either please don't be thunder or don't be in range if it is thunder. Dang, Joffrey's almost promoted. That's pretty cool. All this set considered, I'm actually not going to push too much. I'm going to let the yellow units push a lot more, just for the sake of casualty count, keeping it low. Bye-bye, yellow unit. Oh shoot. He is poisoned, so he's gonna, like, die. Though, next turn I am ending this. The day is upon us. A day that will stand proudly in the history of Crimea. Today, a weak queen falls, and a new king prevails. Here's the thing, it didn't matter if he got healed. Har has a hammer. I cannot wait to see how much damage Har can do with that hammer. It's gonna be a lot. Oh, it's gonna be even more now. Fortunately, Har's about to break all of his ranged weapons. I don't know if that was a tomahawk or a steel axe that just got used. Because I'm about to run out of... I'm about to have no money ever again, honestly, so... Cool. Yeah. So weird playing this chapter how it's meant to be played, and not just yoinking hard. Have to get him some XP. Oh, for some reason it's not effective against him. Does he have a Nile? Oh, hey! I thought I'm about to get a range. It still does plenty to kill. Now, let's quickly show you how you can break this chapter. Now, I will be returning to that save. There was a death, so no matter what... Since there was a death, no matter what, I'm gonna use it. Oops, did not work. You can just put him right down here. And if he gets a critical on Ludwig, this could be literally one round in. Now, I still love this map. I think this map is so well designed. There's so many different ways to play it. If you want to play it strictly defensive, do it. If you want to cheese it, do it. If you want to play offense but not cheese it, do it. There are so many different ways to play this map, and that's one of the reasons it is one of the best maps in the franchise. Though there is an easy way to fix it, and that is to make it so that Ludwig does not enter until a later turn. Like, have him wait till a turn 10 to enter, for example. That would mean that you have to at least defend 10 turns. And I actually think that this chapter should have 2 different parts. But that is something I'll get into next chapter. Ah, he got healed. Anyways, I think you guys have gotten the point of what I was trying to show. Oh, skip. Why did it skip the first? It skipped his first word as soon as I came back. What the heck? Huh, it doesn't show it for some reason. Well, he says that he yields. You guys saw it before to stay safe. Your Majesty, be merciful. Spare our lives. We surrender our weapons. And Har gets yet another level up. It was confusing my controller. That's why it happened. It was confused about what my controller was. Queen Alicia, I'm so glad you're safe. Please forgive my tardiness. I've let you down. I'm sorry. Ridiculous. You did no such thing, Joffrey. Thank you so much. So, what are the rebel army? Without Ludwig at the helm, they're a mess. They're all running around trying to escape. As commanded, we are not pursuing fleeing soldiers, and Lord Ludwig is locked up in the dungeon. Queen Alicia? Lucia is being held captive. If we're going to save her, we need to talk to him. Your Majesty, General, we received a missive. It concerns Lady Lucia. Queen of Crimea, we demand that you release the Duke of Felleray. Refuse and Lady Lucia will die. No! Lucia. You have half a mark. If the Duke is not released by then, the girl dies. Queen Alicia, don't listen to them. Don't worry about me. Ugh. Quiet! You could die sooner if you like. Your Majesty, you can't. You have to let me do something about this. Lucia will willingly die fighting for her country, I know. But you have to help Alicia. If you were in her position, she would surely do the same. Please, just give the word. Hello, Your Majesty. By the look of your face, I can see my plan has been a success. What exactly is it that you want? To throw our country into chaos? Oh, I want to protect it, Your Majesty. What? Queen Alicia, you're so naive. Cold and callous decisions are sometimes required of a nation's ruler. I was testing you. We all wanted to know if our queen would have the power to stop a civil war. But no, you're too hesitant and too concerned about harming the people. Now look what has happened. The rule of Crimea cannot be kept in your hands! Please, Your Majesty, you must abdicate and cede the crown to me. And considering Lady Lucia's life is on the line, you haven't much of a choice. Now, let's have you free me from this prison cell, and then we can discuss any further details. I don't think so. What? Are you truly willing to sacrifice Lady Lucia? No, Ludwig? All your dissatisfaction and misgivings about me are well-founded. However, do you realize how many lives you've simply thrown away? Strength without compassion does not a ruler make. You care nothing for the people, sir. You cloak your desire to rule with pretty speeches, but it is our vice nonetheless. So this is how it shall be. Very well. But Lady Lucia cannot be spared without my order. Allowing you to plant the seeds of rebellion and play havoc with the lives of my people is a failure for which I must seek answer. But I will see Crimea through this trial. I will give my people the future they deserve, no matter the cost. Well played, Your Majesty. Indeed, I have failed. Yet I wonder, are you capable of watching Lucia die? Or will you crawl back to me, your face awash with tears, begging for mercy? Oh, I pray to see that face, Your Majesty! Rebel soldiers, hear me! Ludwig of Felleray, having conspired against the nation, will stand trial. As Queen and ruler of Crimea, I refuse to negotiate with those bent on destroying it. So you're gonna let this girl die? Ha! I will be strong, Lucia. Kick, scream, beg. Give us a show, wench. Your Highness, your trusted friend will now die. Let this burn forever in your memory. People of Crimea, behold a true queen. Your queen. Long live Queen Alicia.
Come on, do it. It's a clean shot. What's the problem?
I'm nervous. What if I hit her?
It's too late for nerves, Rolf. If you're not up to it, just leave it to the master, eh? Watch and learn. One clean motion. No hesitation. The Queen's men are attacking! Stop him!
Sorry. Always lost in your books. What have I said about watching your back?
Form up! Surround them all! Don't let a single one escape!
Hold on, Lucia. Everything will be fine. You're safe now. Can you hear me? Hold on.
What an entrance! Yeah, so Ike's in this game. Ike is the other lord that I was referring to with, like, the roulette wheel if Mikhail or Ike die. And Ike is contender for either the second or strongest unit in this game. Honestly, he's probably better than Jill, but Jill carries you so much that I honestly think I would rank her higher just because of how much she carries you. Har, though, is the best unit. I mean, you saw what the man just did. Anyways, Queen Alicia, it's Sir Ike and the Grail mercenaries. They came to our aid. Now, we'll get Lucia back in one piece. We have nothing more to worry about. I deploy my knights at once. Sir Ike, if you hadn't come to help, I would have lost all my dearest friends. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. We were happy to do it, and Bastion pays well for mercenary work. Bastion? Yes, the Count of Foray knew about Ludwig's plotting before he left for Dayan. Bastion guessed that if he left the country, the rebels would feel confident enough to make their move. What else would you expect from Crimea's top tactician? Look at those muscles! Man, I wish I had those muscles. Oh. Well, Crimea's most deceptive old dog at any rate. Yes, that's just like him. Sorry that we had to stay hidden until the last minute. For a ruse like that to work, you have to deceive allies as well as enemies. I know you were acting in Crimea's best interests, but I'm sorry you had to let that happen, Lucia. No, it worked out fine in the end. Please put it out of your mind. Lucia, Joffrey, I value your lives more than even my own. But it's my duty to protect this country, even if that means losing you. I've learned a lot from all this. I hope to keep them out of harm's way, and I'll never make the same mistakes again. Good to hear. So what are you going to do about all the escaped rebel soldiers? The rebel army will be eradicated. We cannot allow them to sow the seeds of discontent among the people of Crimea. That's the right choice. Would you consider contacting my mercenaries for the job? No, Sir Ike, I'll leave that up to the Royal Knights. I'm certain this task will create anger among the people, and the Royal Knights may be resented for the role in it. When my duty's queen demands that it be done, the people will have to learn to accept that. I respect your devotion to duty. So you don't need me then? That's right. I'm going to move on, together with my vassals and the people of this country. Sir Reich, before you leave, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. What is it? When you heard from Bastion, did he say anything about Dayan? No, nothing. He informed me of a number of things. Apparently Dayan's reconstruction is playing out much like Crimeia's. He spoke of a new king raising the banner of war, and a charismatic young hero carrying into battle. He compared King Peleus to me, and a silver-haired maiden to you. It's almost unreal. He suspected that someone might be scheming, trying to manipulate Dayan. Bastion seemed quite suspicious of it all. So Bastion went to Dayan to try and confirm his suspicions on that? Yes. There's also something about Dayan's reconstruction that we can't afford to overlook. The Black Knight. What?! I'll never forget him. He was the one warrior whom the late King Ashtar trusted. Encased in pitch-black armor, standing tall with a crimson cape. When the Liberation Army fought at the capital, he was there. He sided with the silver-haired maiden. The Black Knight. The man who killed my father. But I defeated him 3 years ago, I'm sure of it. At the very least, he couldn't have escaped when NATO's castle came crashing down on him. The day after you fought him, Bastion orders the men to search for the remains of NATO's castle. There was no trace of the Black Knight. No armor, no sword, no corpse. The Black Knight was seen in Dayan. He was indeed the same Black Knight. Oh, if the Black Knight that was seen in Dayan was indeed the same Black Knight, he may prove to be a threat to Crimea. If he's still alive, I have no doubt I'll see him again. Valencia, this is very important information for me. Thank you. Of course. Unfortunately, I am actually not going to go on.
A great war begins, one that threatens to tear the land asunder. A hero sides with the Laguz and Justice. The Maiden of Dawn fights for the Bjork and Dayan. Their armies will collide, while the flames of the medallion burn brighter. Part 3, Intersecting Vows.
So I will not continue, unfortunately, this video. So I will say what I think should happen in if they do a remake. I do not think the next chapter is a good introduction for Ike gameplay-wise, because it's a Fog of War map. So I think that they should split it into 2 parts, so that right after the cutscene, there's a very tiny, not very long, but a very tiny, like, roots enemy or something with Ike in control, and you get to hear Eternal Bond, which is probably one of the most famous map themes of the franchise, blaring in the background. It would be a very cool moment. I think it would make Ike's introduction cooler, but who cares? It's already pretty darn cool. Anyways, yeah, that is where I'm going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed, YouTube. But anyways, see you next time.